If you're thinking of signing up for NinjaTrader, you need to watch this new review first. On the surface, it looks like the ultimate professional trader's toolkit to make you much more profitable. But after thoroughly putting it through its paces to see if it's legit, I uncovered a few game-changing features that can seriously boost your profits and some surprising drawbacks that might hold you back. But before we get into all of that, let's be perfectly clear about one thing right now. Who is NinjaTrader actually for, right? So after diving into NinjaTrader, one thing became very clear to me is that this platform, it's not for people who just want to buy a few stocks and then forget about them. If that's all you want, a simple broker like Robinhood is more than enough. But if you're an active trader, especially a day trader or a futures trader who relies on technical analysis, speed, and automation, then NinjaTrader is built for you. It's for the trader who wants more control over their strategies, their execution, and their charting than what the typical platforms will offer. But don't just take my word for it. When you look at the user feedback, the story becomes even clearer. Take this one user, for example. He said he's been using this NinjaTrader brokerage for a year to learn futures and that the tools are top-notch. He specifically called out demo trading as the best tool he's found. He said he just broke even and wishes he had discovered futures sooner. So yeah, if your priority is deep hands-on learning and testing with professional tools instead of just placing simple trades and holding, then the specialized, powerful capabilities of NinjaTrader make it a better pick for that specific job. Then there's this other user who said that he looked at multiple trading platforms and found NinjaTrader to be by far the easiest and the one that actually offers the most options, indicators, and whatever he needed for success. He also highlighted that their customer support is extremely fast and thorough. And unlike other professional platforms like Tradevate, which focus heavily on speed and simplicity for futures trading, NinjaTrader offers a more advanced, fully customizable experience. Its strength comes from a powerful charting engine and deep automation capabilities that give you far more control. Alright, so now that you know who this platform is for, let's get into the specific features that make it so powerful. The first thing that hooked me was the charting. It is incredibly detailed and customizable. So right when you open the platform, you can set up your charts exactly how you want them. We're talking multiple time frames, hundreds of indicators, and drawing tools that let you analyze the market whatever way you want. It sets a solid foundation for every decision you'll make. But a chart is just a picture if you can't act on it fast. And that's where the order entry window comes in. So this is a game changer. NinjaTrader gives you 6 different graphical interfaces for order entry. You have the SuperDOM, which is a futures trading classic, Chart Trader for trading directly on your charts, and more. I used the SuperDOM for my futures trading, and the speed and control that it gives you over your entries and exits is just on another level compared to the basic platforms. So this depth is where NinjaTrader really stands out compared to a competitor like TradeStation. While TradeStation is also powerful, many users find NinjaTrader's interface and ecosystem for custom tools to be more accessible and extensive. And you can pair that order power with one of NinjaTrader's killer features, the Strategy Analyzer. This lets you run historical backtests on your automated trading strategies, so you can see exactly how your Ninja Script strategy would have performed over years of past market data. And that's right, Ninja Script. But yeah, it doesn't stop there. You can take it a step further with optimization. This is where you fine-tune your strategy's input parameters. You tell it to test a range of values, and it finds the optimal settings based on your goals, like maximizing profit or minimizing drawdown. This leads to one of the biggest benefits I found, is that it turns guesswork into a data-driven process. One user I came across highlighted this perfectly. He said, NinjaTrader is a good and well-established trading platform for serious traders. I have traded manually and using automated strategies and am happy with the tools, service, and support. So yeah, that's huge real-world value. Now, one of the biggest reasons people do choose the NinjaTrader platform is for its simulation capabilities. So I haven't mentioned that yet, but this is huge. The Sim 101 account is a state-of-the-art practice environment. It doesn't just fill your orders when price hits. It uses a scientific engine that factors in volume, time delays, and queue position to give you really incredibly realistic fills. So I used this to test new strategies risk-free, and it showed me exactly where my plan was strong and where it was flawed before I ever even risked a real dollar. And for the real data geeks, the playback connection is also a killer feature. You can download historical market data and then replay it, tick by tick, any speed you want. It's like having a time machine for the markets. You can practice trading any day in history as if it were live, as long as they have the info. So this is something you just don't get with most other platforms. Then there's the automated trading interface. This one lets you connect external applications like Excel or even other charting software to NinjaTrader so that you can execute trades from those systems. It connects NinjaTrader to the rest of your analytical toolkit. I found this NinjaTrader review from a user that reinforced how the community loves this kind of power. He said, and I quote, "I have been a futures prop trader for 2 years using the NinjaTrader platform. The software is excellent for learning futures trades. There are so many options and very easy to use. Start with SIM account before going live." Yeah, great. So the SIM account is definitely a huge plus for the long-term value of this tool, and I'm glad he mentioned it, and I'm glad I found this review to tell you guys. I also came across this detailed Reddit thread where someone asked, "Is NinjaTrader 100% legit?" And then there was this user who replied saying that he got nothing but good experiences with NT and never heard or saw any other traders having problems withdrawing from their account. Another user in that same thread said that he's been using NT exclusively for futures for 2 years, and as for money transfers, he explained that he had 0 issues in 2 years. He gets notified by push and email of the deposits and the withdrawals, and then he highlighted that his connection is always stable. So yeah, this and more, all this kind of feedback is really enough to tell you that NinjaTrader is 100% legit. Plenty of real users talking about their experiences with it. But of course, no software is perfect, right? It's not going to be the best for everyone. There are a few things that you should be aware of before you subscribe to NinjaTrader. The main one I found is related to funding times. So I came across this review of a user who complained how long it took to see funds deposited into his account, even though the money was taken from his bank instantly. Now, in my research and experience, this isn't a case of NinjaTrader being unsafe or not secure. This is just typically the standard ACH bank transfer process, which can take a couple of business days to fully clear and settle. So is it like a deal breaker or anything? No. While it can be a minor frustration if you're eager to start trading, it's not even unique to NinjaTrader. This is just how most brokers handle deposits. The platform's security, the stability, and the execution speed are what serious traders actually care about, and that's where NinjaTrader consistently delivers. And when it comes to delivering, what is the cost, right? So NinjaTrader's pricing is structured to fit different needs. They have a free version that gives you advanced charting and simulation, which is great for getting a real feel for the power, and then they have other tiers which you can pay for. So to check the price and to find out if they have any promos or any commission structures or rates, make sure to check the link in the description of this video. We try to keep it updated so that you can get the best possible deal on their website. So what is my final verdict? Well, if you are a serious active trader, especially in futures, and you want a platform that gives you deep control, advanced automation, and professional grade tools, then I think the NinjaTrader platform is absolutely worth a long, hard look. Check the link in the description of this video to get started immediately and become much more profitable in your trading.